gathering here to be the part of this galaxy of very learned people. Most of my initial thoughts, being carried with the losses that whatever you bring your mental notes, probably discarded by the time 4th, 50 speaker and on. So I was trying to reconstruct my thoughts. Very stimulating thought, particularly I would refer to Dr. These thoughts about the straight of Sindhi nationalist party, the relation, very critical questions here there. I wish we had time and opportunity to debate that part, but unfortunately the time doesn't permit. I'm sure the representatives of our nationalist party, Jack sees a lot of what he has highlighted. It seems quite a valuable thought to debate on. And of course, I shine other speakers. I will try to confine my thoughts about the topic that I was supposed to be talking about, and that's about the emerging challenge of nationalism, fundamentalism, religious extremism. Though it's not new for the region where we live, but certainly its emergence in Sindh is rather nascent, and its speed is really alarming. It's taking its rise. Now, it is Zia Saab took an start of the historical perspective, and certainly it's not the phenomena that came to surface after 9/11. Our history doesn't start from 9/11. That is, unfortunately, most of people will start history out of 9/11. But what's happening today in the region, and particularly in Pakistan, has very deep roots. I personally believe that this religiosity and religious extremism had a part of the DNA of the state of Pakistan. How a state which was originally conceptualized for economic and political rights of Muslim minority eventually turned out to be an Islamic state. How it converted? Who did it? Was it really an Islamic state? If so, why Jinnah and Iqbal were opposing Khilafat? Was it an Islamic state? If so, why Jinnah was ready to accept the cabinet mission plan in 1946, just a year before the actual partnership? So it was a coin that was brought into the market as a currency for surprise and investor interest. That for sure. Now I don't have time available to that, but I just want to highlight two critical elements. One, that is part of the DNA of the state. Second, let's be very clear who is responsible for what's happening today with us. Is it only the today's Pakistan and its successive governments, the intelligence agencies, or who? There will be several, but let's put the record straight. The global powers who did the midwifery of Pakistan and India were equally responsible for what's happening today in the region. There was a time that the global powers wanted Islamic State to confront the red threat. Without realizing they pumped resources and political support to nurture this monster that's now fighting them as well in the whole world. So this is what we inherited. And unfortunately, when we talk about the global interests, particularly about UK and USA, they are more interest-driven and less value-driven. Being a Sindhi, fundamentalism to me was equally detrimental in the 80s when the global powers were coddling and supporting this religiosity in Pakistan. Being a Sindhi, GM said in 52 or 54 in Vienna clearly said that refrain from supporting this religiosity and uniting people in the name of religion in this region. You are creating a monster, you are not able to put it back to the bottom. And now the genie is out of power. You can't just put it back. So I think our Sindhi genesis was quite clear about it. Rest of the world might have discovered it after 9/11. We knew it long before. Our history doesn't start from 9/11. Now, the third thing I want to highlight, it was not either 1980 or ZR regime when it started. That's another misperception. Let's not forget our great hero, Bhutto. Let's put the record straight. He has other credentials on his credit. I respect that. But he was equally responsible for promoting religiosity in Pakistan. He made it part of the public oath in 1973 Constitution, when the allegiance to Islam and the ideology of Pakistan was made mandatory for every public oath. It was coined as Islamic State. President has to be a Muslim, that was not before that. Now the contradiction is, every citizen has equal rights in the 1973 Constitution. But the same Constitution says the President can only be Muslim. And let's not forget my favorite great leader, Naseer Bhutto Sahib has said, the rise of Taliban, part of credit goes to the Naseer Baba when she was the Prime Minister. So it's not just the X, Y, and Z scheme is far bigger than actors. I just wanted to put these things on track. Now the question is, we can analyze the history, you can flip the blame, you can fix the responsibility and keep doing it. Bashing USA, UK, whatever. It is there. The problem is, it is there. It doesn't, we can't fend it off by just having correct analysis. It is important, but we can't fend it off. We have to think about it. But Aisha said, we can't just live in the state of denial because no, it's not happening. It is happening. How and why and who is stimulating it? It is certainly happening. And it's a serious threat for the identity and existence of Sindhi nation. If asked me, I would highlight two major threats to the existence of Sindhi nation today. I would say one is the demographic shift in Sindh, and second is this spiraling religious extremism. So it's like a debate of climate change. People say, no, it's not changing. It's happening because of that. You are updated in 1850s. Fine, who did it? It's happening. It's there. So this religious extremism, who we always found at the borders of Punjab and onwards, is now have successfully permeated in Sindhi society. And the society is silently transforming. And we not just stop with our condemnations, we really have to think about it. And you know, these relationships, what we have learned from our recent brief experience, these political relationships are definitely interesting. They are not bad. Al-Qaeda is bad in Pakistan, it's very good in Syria. You don't want Iran, now you want Iran because you have to defeat Daesh. You have been supporting insurgents in Syria, now you have to support Bashar. And it's very complex game. Enemy, the bigger enemy, the lesser enemy, the good Taliban, the bad Taliban, the good Palestinian, the bad Palestinian. So it's very complex game. I would like to highlight two internal and external challenges in this context. Internally, how it is getting more impetus, obviously where our state agencies are supporting them. They used to support them. Didn't they support them in Ziaya? Why they couldn't get hold in Ziaya? Let's think about it. They were more supportive to them. The whole state machinery was involved. They couldn't get roots in Sindh. Why are they able to get roots now? What has changed actually? I see one major change. And that's my feeling is that the weakening of Sindhi nationalism has created a vacuum that's now being occupied by these forces. It was the Sindhi nationalism, left-oriented, secular progression that was the biggest barrier against this rise of religiosity, which has weakened, and that space is now being occupied. It's being further aggravated due to extremely pathetic governance and performance of our current People's Party region. When you have bad services, you don't have good education, you don't have employment, you have all the corruption everywhere. That frustration in the youth, which constitutes nearly 60% of Sindhi society, where they will eventually vent their frustration somewhere. And probably that is becoming a sanctuary for our Sindhi youth. Let's not forget that 10 years before, Sraki belt was not like that. Aisha was right spot on saying that it was transformed during the last 10 years. And what was Sraki area 10-15 years back, I can see same signs in Sindh today. So that's internal. Let's not forget that there are very strong variables which will shape up our fate, though we will be primarily responsible to shape up our fate. But then there are strong external variables and elements that will influence the future of Sindhi nation and the region. I will just highlight few. The possibility of new Middle East map. That's a possibility. Departure of NATO from Afghanistan. How will Afghanistan behave in the coming years? How will behave with Afghanistan in the coming years as well? Not just Afghanistan. The rise of China. It's a cold war between China and America where religious elements may get further support from either side. It is possible. I have my own arguments, but due to time constraint, I'm not going into detail. Fourthly, how they will deal with Iran and the superpowers. That will also influence what's going to happen in the region. Sindh and Pakistan will not survive in isolation in any case. So these internal and external factors will eventually shape up how Sindh will look like in the coming years. Does not mean that 30 million Sindhis will remain silent spectators. It's 30 to 40 million our reality. That has to be reckoned with. Cannot just ignore whosoever the world powers are. They need to understand that 30-40 million living beings are not the dolls. So how they will shape up it, that will actually determine the future of Sindh. I think Sindh still has an opportunity. Still, all has not gone. And my conviction is a true, honest and liberal progressive Sindhi nationalism. I have attacked 3-4 big qualifiers. It's not mere nationalism. It will not work as business as usual. I'm sorry. You can disagree with me. I respect your disagreement. But business as usual will not work. Let's really be very careful. Those who are doing politics in the name of Sindhi nationalism have really to draw the lines. There were 3 clear distinctions of Sindhi nationalism. I'll wind it up in a few minutes and there are more speakers. One, it was anti-establishment, it used to be. It was anti-feudal and it was secular in its character. Let's revisit where we stand against these 3 qualifiers. That will define the nationalism of Sindh. And I personally believe that only when I say true nationalism, to me the indicator for true is again these 3. It has to be anti-establishment, it has to be anti-feudal, and it has to be secular in its composition. So only that Sindhi nationalism has potential to resist this rise of fundamentalism, and I'm sure one day it will happen. No other external force will come for our history to not resist the past. I may not thought, but I know it's time possible to take very